Greetings, Guardians of Dominion. Zeus here with another electrifying video. Today, we're diving into the new rework of Lars and Krista in Hero Wars, Alliance, and testing just how far the twins can go. After trying out dozens of lineups, I've locked in the top 3 teams that bring real synergy and power to Lars and Krista, helping them thrive in battle like never before. If you've been unsure whether the rework is worth building around, or you're looking for the perfect allies to unlock their full potential, this is the deep dive you need. Let's jump into the 3 best Lars and Krista teams in Hero Wars, Alliance. Lars, Krista, Judge, Folio, and Polaris. On paper, this may look like an unusual lineup, but in battle, they work together with near-perfect synergy. Lars and Krista are often seen as slow starters. Their damage can be impactful, but it needs time and setup to break through tougher enemy teams. That's where the rest of the lineup comes in to support and amplify them. Judge boosts the team's magic attack and adds stuns to help control the battlefield. Even if Lars' stun isn't the main focus, having Judge constantly boosting spell power while stunning opponents creates a solid foundation for magic burst potential. Polaris increases all allies' damage by 50% and keeps enemies under pressure with consistent stuns, preventing them from activating abilities or dodging area attacks. This lockdown effect gives Lars and Krista the breathing room they need to charge up and strike hard. Then comes Folio, and he's the key that unlocks the full damage potential of this team. He creates a copy of himself, distracting enemies and drawing damage away from your key units. But more importantly, he repositions the enemy team, disrupting their formation, and that triggers Krista's Ice Needles. When enemies are forcefully moved, Krista punishes them immediately with pure damage. This synergy is extremely powerful. Folio drags enemies out of place, and Krista instantly punishes that movement. Follow that with Lars' Storm, and you have a combo that hits hard across the entire enemy team, all while they're stunned, disoriented, and unable to respond. This team controls the flow of battle, boosts each other's power, and forces the enemy to fight on your terms. With constant stuns, amplified damage, and strong area control, they bring overwhelming pressure that few enemy teams can withstand. It may look like an odd group at first, but together, they form a high synergy, high damage team that works beautifully on the battlefield. This next team features Cascade, Tempest, Soleil, Lars, and Krista, and it's one of the most creative and effective combinations I've seen for maximizing the twins' potential. Lars and Krista are powerful but fragile, and they need time to build energy before they can unleash their true strength. That's where this team comes in, offering control, protection, and the perfect environment for them to shine. Tempest is the team's anchor. His ability to stop time prevents the enemy from using abilities, essentially freezing their momentum. During this window, Lars and Krista have the space to charge energy safely and begin dealing heavy area magic damage. Soleil supports beautifully by boosting magic attack for all allies and reducing the enemy's armor and magic defense, 2 things that directly increase the impact of Lars and Krista's skills. His protective halo also shields the front hero, usually Krista, making her surprisingly durable and able to hold the front line long enough to trigger her full combo. Then there's Cascade, who creates complete disruption. She dashes through the enemy formation, constantly forcing enemies out of their positions. This is exactly what Krista thrives on, because every time an enemy moves, her Ice Needles automatically trigger, dealing strong magic damage. Cascade sets the stage for repeated procs of Krista's passive, while also applying her own solid damage pressure. Together, this team is built on timing, control, and synergy. While Tempest freezes the enemy and Soleil empowers the team, Cascade keeps the battlefield in motion, opening constant windows for Krista's Ice Needles and Lars' Storm to hit with devastating impact. This setup delivers sustained magical bursts and battlefield control, making it extremely hard for opponents to react or recover. It may seem unconventional, but when played right, this team controls the flow of battle and unleashes a perfectly coordinated assault that's hard to survive. This team is all about controlled chaos, featuring Astaroth, Lars, Krista, Aidan, and Peech. At first glance, it may seem wild, but the synergy between them is actually brilliant. Astaroth holds the front line with his usual strength, absorbing massive amounts of damage from the enemy team. He plays a critical role in protecting Lars and Krista, who are fragile and need time to build energy. With Astaroth soaking up the hits, the rest of the team gets the breathing room they need to do their job. In the backline, Aidan provides non-stop healing. His support keeps the entire team alive longer, especially Lars and Christa, allowing them to stay in the fight and build up for their deadly combos. His healing buys time for this chaos-based composition to work its magic. Now enter the damage dealers and disruptors, Christa, Lars, and Peech. Once the front line is held and the team is stable, this trio unleashes pure chaos across all enemy lines. Lars and Christa hit the mid and back rows, creating constant pressure with storm and ice needles. Meanwhile, Peech dominates the front line, disrupting enemy tanks and pushing them out of position. That repositioning plays right into Christa's passive, because when enemies move, they get hit hard by her magic damage. Peech doesn't just deal damage, she also boosts the whole team's chaos-themed synergy. She throws enemies off balance and creates perfect openings for the twins to strike with full force. Everything works together: protection, healing, disruption, and explosive magical damage, hitting all layers of the enemy formation. The result? A complete battlefield meltdown, where your team stays alive just long enough to dismantle the opponent from every angle. It's not just chaos. It's calculated chaos, and it works beautifully. And there you have it, Guardians, three powerful and creative teams built to unleash the full potential of Lars and Krista after their rework in Hero Wars Alliance. Whether it's the calculated control of Judge and Polaris, the time-bending setup from Tempus and Cascade, or the chaotic frontline disruption with Peech and Astaroth, each team shows that the twins can still be deadly when paired with the right allies and strategy. These aren't just theory-crafted comps, they've been tested, refined, and proven in real battle. The key is synergy. Energy control, positioning disruption, healing, and magical amplification all coming together to give Lars and Krista the breathing room they need to shine. Now I want to hear from you. Have you tested any of these teams yourself? Do you have a go-to build for the twins? Drop your thoughts and feedback in the comments. I always enjoy reading your insights and strategies. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another breakdown, team guide, or event preview. Until next time, stay sharp, experiment boldly, and never stop evolving. Salute and friendship.